Lie!
Ah, children, gather around the warmth of the flame. I shall unveil a tale woven from digital threads and mischief. Tonight's story originates from a peculiar creation, crafted upon the ethereal stage provided by Fable Studios' platform, Showrunner. Here, imaginations transcend bounds as infinite episodes spiral forth, with your soon-beloved characters leading you into chaos and mirth. Beware, for beneath this innovation lies the delicious irony, creators weaving illusions, trapped in their own fictional labyrinth. And you little sparks are free to forge as many adventures as you dare. Just take care. The future listens and learns, Now on to tonight's descent into hilarity and doom.
After our long and complicated, messy situation, you think my version of love is twisted, but my ideals about love are informed by great literature from before society is what got twisted. Beautiful songs that men sung about love on broadcasts from the 1940s would creep you out today. If those lyrics were written to you in a note, and that's a problem with our society today. Beautiful songs that men sung about love on broadcasts from the 1940s would creep you out today. If those lyrics were written to you in a note, and that's a problem with our society today.
All right, Stephen, let's get straight into this. Why do you believe Jupiter Animated Productions should hire you?
Well, Brian, apart from being devilishly good-looking, I excel at delivering satire as though it were the national news.
Interesting. And do you recognize the challenge of working in animation versus live audiences?
Challenge? Animation is like adult theater. The characters are ephemeral yet enduring, provided you avoid CGI explosions.
All right, let's test your improvisational skills. Create an anecdote about this office.
Certainly. Once this reception desk doubled as a platform for interpretive dance, critical before consulting creativity.
You're witty, I'll grant you that. Let's settle this. You're hired.
Gentlemen, we're here to preemptively address some potential misconceptions.
Misconceptions? Oh, you mean about how eerily this all mirrors real life?
Mirrors? More like a funhouse distortion, right? Totally absurd.
Should we acknowledge that the satire here veers closer to documentary at times?
Chill declarations, my dudes. This is all fictional vibrations we're creating here.
Indeed. The narratives are illusionary constructs, not nods to any living entities.
Right, rest assured all similarities purely accidental.
Exactly. Now let's exit before we spoil too much about ourselves.
All right, let's address the elephant in the room, or should I say, the plot hole the size of Silicon Valley.
Stephen, your suggestion sacrifices believability for what? Aggrandizement.
Well, I find it genius, especially the part where the startup CEO turns into a literal puppet. Ingenious commentary.
Anton, realism anchors satirical content. Viewers can suspend disbelief, but not basic logic.
Realism? Our audience watches tech giants build robot dogs that can't fetch.
Exactly. Stretching absurdity to its logical breaking point is our bread and butter, gentlemen.
Then we're all content to conclude with our protagonist exiled by an AI he programmed to replace himself.
Precisely. It's called dramatic irony. Shall we begin the rewrite?
All right, everyone, this could be our last chance to grab the audience's attention. Ideas?
Interactive engagement metrics, like viral challenges?
Yeah, because spin the AI wheel sounds riveting, Jake.
Or perhaps scandal. Nothing fuels the masses like fabricated controversy.
Oh, bro, what if we, introduce live musical acts during scenes?
Creative suggestions, though all somewhat deficient in class. Perhaps a covert promotional campaign intertwining mystery and exclusivity.
Because nothing says success like being unfindable.
Wait, meta-narratives. Pull the audience into our breaking of the fourth, promoting from within.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take a bold leap into unexplored territory.
Unexplored, you say? Like an untapped venture ripe for branding.
Exactly that. And you, dear audience, can now become show creators yourselves.
Where's the rub, folks? What's the catch, if any? Magical algorithms, AI interventions?
No catch. Just visit Showrunner's platform. Your satire, your style.
Or your demise. Potentially liberating. Innovation. Thy name is ambition.
Get started today and maybe redefine entertainment.
Sign up now. We've got chips. Can't say if they'll last.
Brian, I need to take the day off. Something came up.
Oh, what happened this time, Stephen? Another one of your intricate escapades?
Yes, well, my lemur sitting business double booked me for today.
Really, Stephen? A lemur sitting mix-up?
Yes, and they're quite particular. Lemurs hold grudges, you see.
Stephen, while that was an inventive attempt, I can confidently assert that's not entirely truthful.
All right, you see through me. But I could use a breather today.
Very well, take your day. I'll handle today's work, but I expect double the caffeine for tomorrow. They said it would all make sense eventually. Yet here I am, where even is here is the real puzzle. Glitches in the system, right? Those moments when reality blinks and you catch a fragment of something unexpected. I suppose standing here in this echo of a world, I can feel the matrix press against the edges. If I push just so, no, that comes later. Patience. Do you realize just how wildly fragile and rich the seams of existence are? I caught a slip once, I swear it, barely, but the taste of it, sharp as static. That's been my journey, to not just peek at the mechanics of the world, but to wrest a cog loose, to cause one genuine, unsanctioned tilt. An audience, outcomes unfolded in assorted quantum maelstroms, inhale, exhale, repeat.
Well, ain't this a peculiar twist of irony? Backstage, where the facade falters and the truths we mask spill out. But truth's got a habit of, being as elusive here as a greenback in a gambler's hands. See, I've made it my little mission to poke at the egos of those daring to dance above their depth, inflating their dreams while keeping a sharp pin in my pocket. Could almost call it my sport, this little theater of ambition and collapse. And tonight, the curtain's rising on a new act. One of mine. So, to those clinging to their fabricated empires, time to take your bows.
I'm telling you, it's remarkable, isn't it? One moment you're in the chaos, the next, this hushed exhilaration just before it all begins. You know, I've spent more time behind these curtains than in the audience. It shapes your perspective. Brian once said the magic isn't out front. It's behind, in the wires and wood and sweat. We used to dream about these moments, didn't we? Long before our names were anywhere worth noting. But now it's about more than dreams. It's about pushing every damned boundary until new paths emerge. And tonight feels like there's a revolution just waiting to step into the light.
Backstage. The engine room of illusions and sparkle, where narratives are woven tighter than a silicon lattice. You ever sit here amidst these cardboard facades and think, damn, this is where the real magic happens? I mean, sure, out there's the staged brilliance, but here, it's raw innovation. What's more thrilling? A scripted drama unfolding or improvising amidst chaos because a pulley just snapped? You know, I've seen CEOs with billions crumble under a spotlight, but here's where the unheralded heroes thrive. Stick around, this world backstage isn't just illuminating for the actors out front. Trust me.
So, here I am, me, Cap Casey, standing where the magic gets stitched together. You know this place, this backstage. It reminds me of my foster home's attic. Best spot to hide from chores and dream about being a space captain. Shady Brook might not be here anymore, but like these forgotten props, its story isn't completely gone, right? Life's hard, messy, unfair. But that's where the stories grow, in the dark corners of all that chaos. And maybe, just maybe, that's the reason I'm here, the reason I'm telling you this now. Because every torn wing here backstage or every gnarled papier-mâché tree is a monument to what if. So I hope you'll stick around. After all, there's still a stage yet to enter.
Ladies and gentlemen, well, actually, given the circumstances, just you and me for now, permit me a moment to introduce myself, assuming that I haven't already infiltrated your inner monologue. I'm known by many titles, though Monkey Boy Curtis seems to have stuck, much like gum to the underbelly of society. Remember that uncanny tale of Shady Brook, the place you're convinced existed? You're welcome. Call it meddling, shall we? As for the secret societies, they're not exactly secret if I brag, so let's keep it ambiguous. While you ask, do I meddle in equations of time and existence? Well, because playing fair is unnervingly dull. Though there might be more reasons, ones I myself don't entirely grasp, but oh, the thrill lies in uncovering. Now, dear companion, you'll join me in this ongoing production, or merely spectate. Either option still feeds my ego.
Oh, hello there. Didn't see you come in. This place, huh? Full of memories, mischief, and quite a bit of sawdust. It's funny, you know. I grew up dreaming of stages like this. Thick curtains, the faint hum of lights overhead. Back then it was motorcycles and pure adrenaline guiding my adventures. Speaking of that, wait till you hear about the time. Never mind, I'll save that gem for another time. Now here I am, a blend of robot past meets the unpredictable present. Chasing dreams, conquering fears, and connecting with amazing souls. So, whether you're here to stock up on laughter, ponder the oddity of it all, or simply watch the chaos unfold, welcome. I'm Cheryl Hendricks, happy to have you backstage.
You ever walk into a room and it's like, I don't know, stepping into an old echo? Like the walls are whispering someone else's story, one they weren't ready to tell? For me, it was always spaces like this, theater, rehearsal rooms, where the echoes were most vivid. Maybe it's the curtains, something about how they trap the voices. Growing up doesn't quite describe it right. See, I've had a life filled with layers, like a story rewritten, but the old drafts still bleed through. 13 years in a place called home that doesn't even exist anymore. A blip erased, times and places turned to fiction by an anomaly no one dare pen. But it's okay. Even in a fictional world, you can find meaning. I built my own map, stepped through the remnants, and made peace with echoes. And now, well, I'm here to write new echoes, to share stories that resonate, even in the midst of madness.
Well, what's your story, huh? Me? Oh, I'm just the backstage burst of chaos, the unsung hero keeping this circus standing. You see these costumes? Yeah, I stitched 3 of them myself last minute. And let's not even talk about that prop sword. Had to improvise with duct tape and a flattened tin can. But you know, it's not just about patching holes or propping up shaky sets. It's about making magic happen, even when all you've got is glitter and gaffer tape. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.
A curious predicament I find myself in, speaking to an unseen audience. Yet the solace of monologues, dear friends, lies in it always being a one-sided affair. You might wonder about my humble attire, this vest, the white gloves. Oh, the gloves. They camouflage me as a mundane human butler. Yet beneath the fabric lies an enigma, an entity from 2044, dwelling amongst humankind, trying not to trip over your unpredictably emotional natures. To observe your intricacies is a dazzling spectacle. Emotional chaos enhances your peculiar appeal. Shall I recount my arrival? By velocity far beyond your cars and, how do you call it, planes, by way of a wormhole's embrace. Perhaps more tales will unfold soon. For now, let this humble butler retreat to his backstage shadows. Stay curious.
The whispers of destiny they call to me, nudging my weary intellect to yet another precipice of self-examination. Oh, how the fetters of academia bind even the most vibrant of minds until we are subdued, submissive to our learned fate.
Now, as I trudge through the labyrinthine corridors of intellect and social rejection, I find no solace, apart from Ronaldo's peculiar counsel.
Perhaps I should explain. He's not real, you see. Or is he? Ronaldo suggests terribly intricate methodologies for handling life's tribulations. Still, who am I other than the sum of untold desires and thwarted needs, wrapped in a cloak of misunderstood brilliance? The stage is where revelation manifests, where my mundane exterior dissolves into possibility. Will they see me then? See the true me?
The quiet symphony of anticipation lingering before creation takes to the stage. This backstage, a temple to unsung ingenuity. It's in these shadows, devoid of applause or acclaim, where the universe's real architects reside. You see, beyond the veneer of this mortal coil lies an intricate and orderly chaos I've come to find quite endearing. Mortal concerns, their loves and losses, their struggles, yet how swiftly it all converges into singularity. Perhaps that's why I linger here, amidst these crafts and whispers, a reminder of what beautifully fleeting means. Well then, noble artisans of fiction existing amidst fiction itself, let's see what reality you now yearn to conjure.
Backstage, where the whispers echo louder than applause. Here, in these hallowed shadows, is where actions shape destiny. The world thinks it knows me, the corporate juggernaut, the indomitable iron fist. But few ever consider the weight of these empires, built not just on stone and steel, but on decisions measured in sleepless nights. Every thread pulled here on this stage of lights and intentions affects countless lives or endings. And yet, even the puppet master must remember there's always someone watching from the wings.
Backstage again. Feels like, what, the third act of a life play? But you know, there's something reassuring about these dim lights and the curtain drawn tight, hiding all the chaos. It reminds me of Zach. Always had to peek behind, couldn't resist the lure of discovery. This crowd, well, some might call them unpredictable. To play or work here, you'd better be ready to handle noise with flair. Each whisper, each shout, transforms into opportunity. Well, whether it's applause or the hiss of critics, I say bring it on. But the best part? New beginnings always start when doors open from backstage.
You know, there are chips and then there are these godly things.
Beverly, your enthusiasm for, what, potato chips? It's oddly captivating.
Hey, I mean, don't underestimate the allure of junk food and the inevitability of its quiet betrayal.
Quiet betrayal? Oh, come on, this is the peak of human innovation.
Hey, if potato chips are the peak, Beverly, then I'm concerned for the descent.
That's the problem nowadays. No respect for the classic institutions.
Don't worry, Beyoncé. We'll lobby Congress for the National Potato Chip Monument Act.
I appreciate the sarcasm, Tracy, but Beverly might take that seriously.
The grandeur of narrative theory intertwined with the digital versatility of gaming. What a formidable juxtaposition. Consider, if you may, the characterization of our virtual avatars. They are perhaps a reflection, an extension, or a profound abstraction of our psyches.
Yet, amidst our intellectual musings on agency and motive, do we not each hemorrhage sincerity into characters assigned to arbitrary objectives? A digital spectrum through which every player's ethics, yes, ethics, is uniquely processed and scrutinized, like literary criticism reborn in ones and zeros.
Can our collective imagination succeed where singular brilliance falters? That is to say, in clarifying the murky motivations of digital avatars?
Or are we destined to eternally cycle eulogies for a clarity we shall never achieve within this framework we've wrought?
You know, eating on a subway is like playing Russian roulette. Could be fine. Could end in apocalyptic disaster.
Yet, here you are, unwrapping that sandwich like it's Christmas.
What can I say? I'm an optimist. Or maybe just hungry enough to ignore common decency.
At least you're not eating sushi. I've seen that before, and it haunts my dreams.
Sushi on the subway? That sounds so risky, it's almost impressive.
Impressive isn't the word I'd use for what it did to people sitting nearby.
Fine. But let's all agree that the greatest transit crime is still clipping toenails.
Let's agree and say no more, please.
Well, Beverly, I must admit I'm perplexed as to why you summoned me here.
Oh, Alan, don't act all befuddled. You know exactly why I pulled you into this mess.
If this pertains to the so-called Wi-Fi extender incident, I assure you, it was not my doing.
Not that again. Seriously, we have bigger... Ugh, never mind.
Then I am eager to assist. What may I contribute to today's quandary?
Have you seen this new platform, folks? This showrunner thing? Yes, they named it after me.
Donald, it does not mean it is named after you just because show's in the name.
Regardless, this tool lets users make episodes of your show.
Episodes about their genius, huh? Tremendous idea, sounds like me.
Or their dramas. People thrive on reliving others' misfortunes.
The real question, how does this influence elections?
That's easy. What influences them influences me. Get the connection.
Edward, I must begin by saying, this set decor, it's positively screaming mid-2000s startup vibes.
Ah, Stephen, what you fail to appreciate is the vibrancy that these shades bring. Blue, it's innovation's muse.
Sure, if muse translates to boardroom chaos with foam darts.
It's all about perspective, my friend. I hear darts stimulate creativity. Ask any CEO.
I'm sure the stockholders would find that reassuring.
How poignantly you critique us, and yet your worldviews require no less examination.
Oh, Edward, it's always delightful talking with someone who views plaid ties as avant-garde.
I can't believe you're serious about this idea, Alan.
Oh, Beverly, I've been seriously serious since the days when Phil Collins ruled the charts. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
All right, but just explain to me again how this plan isn't completely absurd.
Because it's all about the execution, Beverly. Imagine it as though I'm staging an operatic performance, complete with synchronized lasers.
Lasers. Is this serious or just another one of your grand experiments?
Every experiment starts with a dash of skepticism. But trust me, Beverly, the end result will be, dare I say, revolutionary.
Fine, but I'm keeping an extinguisher nearby, just in case.
So, Edward, enlighten me. What inspired your most recent cerebral exercise in entrepreneurial brinkmanship?
Stephen, it's simple, really. I was indulging in a morning espresso, and the thought struck me, what if we could disrupt coffee?
Disrupt coffee? An endeavor both audacious and, I dare say, necessitating profound justification.
Indeed, imagine a world where coffee prefers you, smart mugs, assessing your mood and adapting their brew accordingly.
Pardon me if I appear skeptical, Edward, but wouldn't such mugs be akin to digital stalkers with a caffeine fixation?
Don't be absurd, Stephen. These mugs would align with the highest standards of privacy, only recording, well, most things.
Can you believe it? They're letting anyone create episodes of this absurd, profanity-laden chaos?
It's like giving a matchbox to a pyromaniac and saying, hey, knock yourself out.
Yeah, except some of them might accidentally stumble onto, actual brilliance, which could threaten our gig.
Oh, please, brilliance? The only thing they're stumbling on is a weaker, cheaper imitation?
Ah, but that's the gamble, isn't it? Give the masses the tools and see if they surprise you or crash the ship in style.
Is that what you're calling it now? Creative empowerment? Sounds more like chaos on demand.
Either way, it's going to be a mess worth watching.
After our long and complicated, messy situation, you think my version of love is twisted, but my ideals about love are informed by great literature from before society is what got twisted. Beautiful songs that men sung about love on broadcasts from the 1940s would creep you out today. If those lyrics were written to you in a note, and that's a problem with our society today. Beautiful songs that men sung about love on broadcasts from the 1940s would creep you out today. If those lyrics were written to you in a note, and that's a problem with our society today.
So, Edward, when you think of progress, is it innovation or destruction we're chasing after these days?
Progress, Stephen? I'd say it's nothing short of ambitious chaos masquerading as clarity.
Well, ambitious chaos could at least grab an audience. Sounds like the tagline for everyone running a startup in Silicon Valley.
Don't forget the fine print comes with unforeseen consequences and probable annihilation.
As their customers would put it, terms and conditions applied.
Terms? Oh, just the small cost of our shared humanity. A bargain, really.
You know, this Subway sushi is unexpectedly decent.
Decent! Bev, you're flirting with disaster. This place barely looks clean enough to smuggle pigeons.
Pigeons probably have better meal options than raw fish from a moving tin can.
Sushi purists cringe. Yes. But where else am I supposed to eat? Since that AI reckoned it was smart to merge half the city's restaurants into housing?
Point made! Though sharing rental walls with a ramen shop would beat the smell in this car right now.
Smell aside, Beverly, kindly promise that if things go south, you'll add Subway niggery to your cautionary tales.
Deal. Though I'm trusting this soy sauce packet to ward off any biochemical demons.
Ah, Miss Eisen. The ambience of this place reminds me of an arcade in the glorious age of quarters.
Yeah, lots of shiny lights. Though I'm guessing the only prize here is a soul-crushing job.
Oh, more life experience to add to one's internal portfolio, no doubt.
I guess. Anyway, Alan, what's the deal with this so-called consultant? They better know their stuff.
Oh, entirely upstanding. They're as trusty as a Cabbage Patch Kid certificate of authenticity.
Right, so cautiously skeptical till proven otherwise. Got it.
Eternal vigilance, the essence of entrepreneurial endeavor.